Hello, St. Peter's. Welcome back for another exciting summer reading adventure. Can you believe it? We are already on number 11. We've been having so much fun this summer, and I hope you have too. My friends are here in my backyard with me. We have Ralph, Magic Monkey. Here's Daisy, and of course, Joy is here with her jar of joy, so we can spread our joy when we are all finished with our story. Well, finally, it's not raining. Last week we had to do a lot of indoor activities because it was raining and raining and raining. Now we did need the rain. You can see how green my grass is, and probably at your house there's a lot of plants growing. If you walk around your neighborhood, you'll probably see a lot of flowers now. Everything's really green. So that's what's great about the rain. And we did find some fun things to do inside, didn't we? Well, let's see what we're going to do today. What do we have in our adventure pack? Well, of course, we have our water bottle. I can put mine on my table today. And then a paper plate. We love to do activities with a paper plate. I'm going to show you what we'll do with that in just a little while. But first, we'll get ready for our story. Okay. Before I show you the book, we have to get ready. So let's turn up our ears so we're ready to listen. Turn off our mouths so we don't make a sound. Put your hands quietly in your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. And now we're ready for the story. I have a book today that many of you may have never heard before. And that's what's really exciting about it. It is called Sun and Moon. But our author, Marcus Pfister, well, he wrote some books that you probably know very well. Rainbow fish, right? You know rainbow fish. Well, the same author wrote this book called Sun and Moon as well. Okay, let's find out what we're going to learn about these two characters, Sun and Moon. Here we go. It was a bright autumn morning, and the sun was climbing high into the sky. But his face was sad as he gazed down on the earth. The earth was worried. "What is the matter?" it asked. "You are drawing those clouds across your face as if you wanted to hide. And you look so unhappy." I feel lonely," answered the sun. "I have followed the same path across the sky day after day for as long as I can remember, and have never found a friend. That's why I am so sad." "What about the wind?" asked the earth. "Couldn't he be your friend?" "No," cried the sun. "He teases me, darting around all the time and blowing clouds at my face. Not small clouds that look like fluffy little lambs. But dark storm clouds full of rain. Would a friend do that?" "And thunderstorms really frighten me, booming and rumbling as they roll towards me, blinding me with flashes of lightning." I don't like that either. "They make little mice run into their holes, foxes creep into their dens, and birds huddle down into their nests. Everyone is afraid of them, the children most of all." "Well, then, what about the rainbow?" The sun smiled and said, "The rainbow is a good friend. He comforts me when I'm struggling to break through the heavy rain clouds. But when the rain goes, so does the rainbow. And then I'm even lonelier than before." "Poor sun," said the earth. "But what about the children? Couldn't they be your friends? They're very fond of you. Oh, I like children too, but I can never get close enough to them. All I can do is tickle their noses. Then the children say, achoo, and laugh. I can't laugh anymore. I feel too lonely. Shining gives me no pleasure at all. Oh my. When evening came, the sun veiled himself in mist and sank mournfully under the horizon. I feel sad for Sun, don't you? We do love him when he comes out, and sometimes it makes us sneeze. I hope you can find a friend that cheers him up. Let's see what happens next. Then the moon appeared. Oh, she felt lonely too, after so many years alone in the vast, empty sky. And she also wished she had a friend to keep her company. The earth could see that Moon was lonely too. Don't be sad, said the earth softly. Aren't the stars your friends? Oh, I love the stars, said the moon. Oh, but they are so far away that they can't hear me. But what about the comets? They always like to play. Oh, I like the comets, said the moon with a smile. Oh, but they rush past me so quickly that they often disappear before I can even say hello. Oh, and the children, surely they could be your friends. They love to watch you shine in the night sky. I know, they call me beautiful. They sing songs about the lovely moon. But when I try to visit them, when I peek through their windows at night, they are fast asleep. Try not to be so sad, dear moon. I'm sure you'll find a friend one day. Oh no, now the moon is sad too. So the sun is sad and the moon is sad. What do you think they're going to do about that? Let's find out. I know who I'd like to be my friend, said the moon. Every morning when night comes to an end, I gaze across at the sun. I see him send out his first golden rays, and I always think he looks so handsome. Yes, he could be my very best friend. Each morning, the sun glanced shyly at the silvery moon and also longed to make friends. But how could they ever meet? Would they have to disappear from the sky and go away somewhere? Ooh, that would be bad. No, of course that was impossible. Everyone needs the sun. He makes the flowers grow, brings warmth and light. Without the sun, there could be no life on earth. Nor could the moon, who watches over people and animals as they sleep, ever leave her place in the sky. Then suddenly, one evening, the moon called out to the sun. Let's be friends, dear sun. We can talk every morning and every evening and tell each other about all the interesting things we've seen. Who knows, maybe one day our paths will even cross. When the sun heard this, he blushed with happiness, and his light became more dazzling than ever. Everyone was pleased that the sun and the moon were becoming friends. They looked so happy each time they spoke, and as time went on, they moved closer and closer together. One lovely, cloudless day, the moon finally moved in front of the sun. The sky became very dark, and all that could be seen of the sun was a narrow, fiery ring. So the sun is behind. The sun is gone! It's a total eclipse, cried the people, running around in great excitement. They fetched sheets of darkened glass so that they could look at this extraordinary event. The sun and the moon couldn't stay together very long because they knew that the people and animals depended on them, night and day. But the two friends decided to meet regularly from then on. They always looked forward to their next meeting and are much happier now that they have found friendship at last. Look at the moon smiling. The end. What do you think about that? They finally decided to talk to each other. Have you ever looked up? A lot of times you can see it in the morning. The sun is up, but the moon is still out. I've seen it too. And in the summer, sometimes in the evening, the sun is setting and the moon is already out. So that's how they were able to have a few conversations every day and become friends. And they moved closer and closer together until there was finally an eclipse, right? So that it's called an eclipse when the moon goes in front of the sun. And so it happens every once in a while. We're not going to see one around here for quite some time. But if we do, I'll let you know so we can make sure to go outside to see it. So the sun and the moon became friends. I thought we should probably make them. Let's make the sun and the moon. Did you like that? I'm going to show you what I did. All I needed was my paper plate and some crayons. So on this side, I have my happy sun. Happy now because he's friends with Moon. And here's Moon, the moon side, and she's happy because she's friends with Sun. Same plate, both sides. You could even punch a hole in the top, hang it up with a string, and then it would turn, and you never knew who you were going to see. Or maybe during the day, you could show the sun side, and then at night, when it gets dark, you can show the moon side. Then when you wake up in the morning, put back the sun side. Want me to show you how to make it? It's so simple. All you need are your crayons and a paper plate. So since the sun has all of those rays shining out, I used the upside, the side that you would put food on. That's the side that I made my sun. And I decided to use reds and a little bit of red, orange, and yellow. Those are the three colors I chose. Maybe you just want to use yellow. That's okay. If you want your sun to be orange, like when he got really embarrassed, he got all orange, you can do that too. And it's as easy as this. So what I did, where the circle of the plate, so you can see that circle inside the plate, where that circle is, I traced it around like that, just so I kind of knew where the circle was. And then I colored it in with my yellow crayon. Now, if you don't have a paper plate, what do you think you should do? That's right. You're going to cut a circle out of a piece of paper and do the same thing. On one side, in the very center of that circle, you can draw another big circle because then we're going to put the rays shining out on the outside. So I'm going to color mine pretty quickly, as fast as I can. You can take your time a little bit more. I just want to show you how to do this. So there's my bright ball of sunshine, right? Now these are really cool. There's ridges in the plate to make the sun's rays. So all I did was go up. You could go up each one all the way around and color in those yellow rays. And then on mine, I took an orange, and in between the yellow ones, I made orange ones. Maybe you want to add even more and put some red in there in between. That would be really cool. A really fiery sun. So when you get all the way around, then you can draw your face. Now this, on mine, I used kind of a bluish green crayon, but this time I'm going to draw his face with my red crayon, okay? It doesn't matter how you draw your eyes. You can draw your eyes any way you want them. Maybe this time I'll make big round eyes, because this one I kind of made a little bit narrower eyes. I'll make big round eyes, and I think I'm going to put his eyeballs right in the middle, like that. How do you like that? Now you can do however you want. Maybe your son's going to have sunglasses, right? You can turn them into glasses and darken it all the way down. That's pretty cool. You don't have to. That might be fun. And then he's gonna need a smile because he's so happy about his friend Moon. Then, once you finish the whole thing, see, I went around the whole outside because the sun shines from all of its sides, the whole thing. Once you finish that, you're gonna turn it over. But you don't wanna turn it over like this because then it'll be crooked. You wanna make sure that as soon as you flip it, the same side stays up, okay? So they're smiling on the same side, okay? So on this one, here's our eyes. We would flip it just like this, and then we're gonna start the moon. Now, I know the moon is white, so if you want, you could leave the moon just like this and put a face on it. That would be okay. But sometimes the moon looks it does look a little yellow sometimes. Sometimes it looks a little gray or a little blue. And in our story, he was kind of blue, so I liked that. What I'm gonna do is take a darker crayon, like a black crayon, and see this circle right here? You're just gonna trace around the circle because the sun doesn't really have shiny, shiny rays like the sun does it? So we're gonna make the moon just right in here. But it does glow, so the outside can stay white and show our glow. And if your plate falls in like that, don't worry, just pop it back out. It's going to because you have to put a little bit of pressure to color, right? So then when I made my moon, can you see how I kind of pushed hard when I colored the sun, but when I colored the moon, I still made it a little bit light. So with my crayon, I'm just gonna do it really gently. So actually, the moon, the plate hardly pushes in at all because I'm being so gentle. Listen. See the difference? It's almost like a paintbrush. I'm almost using my crayon like a paintbrush. So it's just gonna go very gently across the plate. And there's my moon. Now, if you wanted to add some yellow or some gray, you can do that. I'm gonna keep my moon with blue eyes. She's gonna be all blue. It's gonna be fancy. So maybe we'll make her eyes, maybe I'll give her a smaller eye like this, right? And since she, in our story, was a girl, I'm gonna give her some eyelashes, some longer eyelashes. I know boys have eyelashes too, but sometimes girls make their eyelashes look longer. All right, and then we're gonna give her a smile, a great big smile. She was so happy that moon became her friend. And now we have sun and moon, and they can always be together on our plate, right? If you want, you could make one on one plate and one on another plate and hang them up next to each other. That would be okay too. So it's up to you. You can make 2 plates and have them be friends next to each other, or you can use 1 plate and they're friends back to back because the sun comes out in the day and the moon comes out at night. Pretty cool, right? It's nice to have a good friend. I think it is. What do you guys think? See, we have all of our friends back here, so we know we all have good friends. I think we need to spread some joy. Come on down, Joy. It's your time to shine. Just like the sun shines. Oh, Joy. She was doing it backwards. All right. How are we going to spread our joy today? I don't know. We had a good dance party last week. Let's see what we're going to do today. Ooh, this is a good one. This one says, call your grandparents. That's a great idea. Sometimes we get so busy and we're going to baseball and we're playing outside and we're running through the sprinkler. We forget to call our grandma and our grandpa and tell them all the exciting things we've been doing. So give them a call. Tell them about your sun and the moon. Maybe you can make them a sun and moon so they could hang it up at their house. And every time they see it, they'll be reminded of you. I know that would really make them happy. So we're gonna call our grandparents to spread some joy. That's pretty easy, Joy. And you know what? After you talk to your grandparents, you always feel better because they love hearing all of your stories. It's gonna be great. Okay, we have one more thing to do. How about you go back up here, Joy? Hang out with your friends and we are going to find our summer reading adventure log. I counted these again today. I couldn't believe how many stories we have already read, how many adventures we have had. All right, I'm gonna grab my bag of crayons and I'm not gonna look. That's how I'm doing it. Let's see what color today. Red, just like the sun, one of our sun colors. So I'm gonna take my crayon and I'm gonna color in that caterpillar part, the next circle. Now remember, you don't have to use the same colors I'm doing. You can have a pattern. You can make it all one color, however you'd like. We better count to make sure we're in the right spot. Let's see how many summer reading adventures we've had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're coming down to the last few, 11 stories. Great job, boys and girls. I'm so glad you've been doing this summer reading adventure with me. Remember, if you read all the stories and you do the projects with me, you fill in all these circles and you get to bring it back to school in the fall, and I will give you a prize. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna put it back in my pack because I wanna make sure I have it with me on every adventure. I cleaned up my crayons, zip up the bag. There we go. We're ready for the next one. Okay, boys and girls, we are gonna go call our grandparents, just like you should do, and then I want to see your sun and your moon. Show me what you've done. Put it in the comments. I love to see your finished projects. All right? That's all we have for today. So, until next time, you know what to do. Keep spreading your joy.